Sometimes it's just fun to experiment, and if you have a lot of extra beads left over, just line them up in a way that looks good to you. Now these I have doubles of, so it's nice I can have the pattern come up to the big one and then come back down to the little one, but it doesn't have to be that way. I could just have these four and I could just arrange them in a way that I like, or I could even have just three. But just take some of your extra beads, just kind of put them in a pattern you like, and then just take a little bit of wire, put the wire through the beads. I cut off about a foot. You really don't need much, but just to be on the safe side, I think I cut off maybe a little more than a foot. But just put them on. And these are just various jasper, agate, and amethyst. Nice amethyst in the middle. In case you haven't been watching, I tend to like purples, blues, and greens going together. But normally I'd say take this to the middle of the wire and just bend stuff around and have fun. Man, this camera doesn't want to focus. But I'd say this time let's leave a little bit, just a little bit at the top, and give it a crimp. Give it a crimp down here. Now they're all held in place. Let's come up to the top. Make yourself a loop. We're just making a frame to go around the beads. I'm just leaving this extra part so I can, finish it off. This is 18 gauge, if I didn't mention it before. Non-tarnish, silver plated wire, and the silver plated wire they make is really nice now. As long as you don't scratch it, it pretty much stays shiny and bright for years. It's actually superior to pure sterling in that pure sterling you're going to have to polish about every 6 months. Whereas this, if you keep it clean, you don't need to do anything. And if you get it dirty, you can just do a little soap and water. But anyway, come up to the top and then come around, and I'm going to go through the little loop at the bottom here. So I have like this frame going on. Now right now the frame looks kind of wonky. It's like that's doing its own thing, that's doing something weird. So let's just make little tiny bends. And if you just make little tiny bends and you're patient with your wire, a lot of times you can take what normally looks like a disaster and start to make it into something. Let's pull this guy out a little more, twist him, and we're gonna have to scarf this to hold its place because everything's moving all over the place. So we'll go scarf. 1, 2, 3, and tuck it in. All right, now this is kind of a mess. I had a plan to do something simple like this. You didn't know this, but I planned it. I drew it, but I never tried it. I just assumed it would work, and it's not working. Look at this. This is sticking out too much. This is going straight down. The curves are not nice. They're all like wiggly and weird. So as I'm fixing this curve, right? But this is not anchored, so it's moving all over the place and pulling out. So what do we do here? You just basically take your cutters and you cut the wire up into little teeny tiny pieces, and then you throw them at someone you don't like, because anger is important to let out when you get frustrated. And this is a mess. And you didn't make the necklace you wanted, and you're not going to have anything to give to your grandmother. So now you're sad and angry. And it's important to not deal with your own feelings, but just take them out on others, because it just makes you feel better, and it's the easiest way out. So you could do that, or you could say, look at this. I kind of like how this is bending right here. Maybe I can make that into an S curve with these guys. Instead of going straight down, let's make these little beads kind of curve into an S, because there's a whole bunch of them. Now that's starting to look interesting. Suddenly you're not noticing how this goes straight and this is weird anymore, because you're noticing that's a cool S curve, right? All right, so now what? Well, we have quite a bit of wire left. Let's come up here like this. Let's see, what can we do? If you make an interesting tapestry, people don't notice the mistakes that you thought were there in other small ways. So let's come around here and around here. And look at that. Now we're developing a 3D spiral. And that's like way better than this original plan, which was really simple but boring. I mean, I was trying to show you guys, once again, do something really simple, so easy, but it's pretty, blah, 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 which is nice. But now look what we have here. And why do we have this elegant spiral? Because even though it would have been way more fun to chop up the wire and throw it at people, this is kind of coming out really cool. What is this? I'm bending it a little, make it a little more diagonal. And I'm just going to keep coming around. And I've never seen anything like this. I guess I'll just finish it off at the top, you know, just make the scarf go a little higher, holding everything in place. But it's pretty much staying. It's doing what it's supposed to. And just enough wire. We'll cut it right there and tuck it right there. See, again, tuck that sharp end right into the little bowl made by the scarf. Just pinch it right in. Disappears, never hurt anyone. And what is this? What is this? It's like an alien satellite pea pod. I know that's exactly what you were thinking, and I took the words right out of your mouth. And I did it on purpose, because I wanted the credit. Let's see how it lays. It's kind of funny. It's not going to lay flat on the chest, but it's kind of, you make it like a long dangly one, so it can just kind of spin and do its own thing. This would make cool earrings too if you could do it twice. I definitely don't want to try to do it twice. I'm sticking with a pendant because this makes me happy, and I'm just going to quit while I'm happy. Because I still have in the back of my mind a list of all the people I want to throw things at. But for now, my anger is satiated, and I am pleasantly enjoying this piece. I'm just playing with it now. I've been playing with it for like the last 3 minutes because it's just so fun. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can get it to lay a little flatter. But you know what? I really don't care. I'm going to let it, unlike normal, I like the piece to lay flat so it doesn't flip over, and so it only shows its front when someone's wearing it. But this can spin every which way. It looks great. The person can lean over and just let it spin. This is super fun. Just put a chain through it and it will hang like this, or just put some jump rings and it'll hang like that. Love it. Anyway, take some beads, take some wire, and go have fun, you guys. And when you think you're about to make a mistake, just keep twisting it and bending it and doing stuff. And before you know it, you will have made a masterpiece. And rather than having to hurt people by throwing wire at them, you will be able to earn their envy. And that way, everybody will be like, oh, wow, that person makes so much better jewelry. I could never do that. And then you'll just smile and say, no, you can't, because I'm this good. Just me. And then you just get this nervous, little crazy laugh and just kind of walk in the other room and get all the laughter out. little naughty laugh. And then you take your piece and you give it to someone you like, or sell it, or whatever you want to do. Have a great day, guys.